Working from home. A lot of people would define it as a luxury. We have so much we need to get done in one day, but even though we have so much to do, we always find ourselves procrastinating and gaffing off mindlessly time and time again.
Working from home is a double-edged sword, man. Like it's real nice because you get to like work inside of your home and you get to enjoy the privacy and the comfort of being in your own walls. But at the same time, there's so many distractions around us that call us to do other things. And the problem with working from home is actually in the first statement I just mentioned, comfort. If you're working from home, there are literal temptations everywhere you look. If you're working in the living room, you got the TV glaring at you and you just remember that next season of your favorite show that just came out. Or you're working in your room, it's nice and comfy in your bed and you're just waiting to lay down and mindlessly scroll through TikToks and YouTube videos. The main problem that I realize from working from home is that there is nobody around us to hold us accountable except for ourselves. At school, you get in trouble if you go on your phone. If you're at work, you get in trouble if you're scrolling mindlessly on Instagram or you're checking your TikTok feed. When we're in these professional environments, we tell ourselves subconsciously that, we're gonna get in trouble if we do this. I probably shouldn't be on my phone right now, so I'm just gonna keep working. I'll check my phone on my lunch break. But at home though, nobody's gonna see you. Nobody's gonna care if you go on your phone. Nobody's gonna check to see if you're just watching cooking videos on your TikTok feed. You are the only person that can really hold yourself accountable. But don't worry guys, I got you, because I've been through this millions and millions of times being a YouTuber that works from home every single day. I had to come up with something that was going to learn to hold me accountable and really get me to just boost my productivity when nobody else is home. If you really want to get the full benefit of this video, please just stick around to the end because you are not going to want to miss what I'm talking about. I use these things every single day to make sure that I am boosting my productivity, and if it wasn't for these things, I would not be making any progress on my YouTube and just in my business as a whole.
So the first thing is that you are checking your phone way too much when you're supposed to be working. Your phone is your literal worst enemy when you are trying to be productive at home. Each time it goes off, chemicals literally release in your brain that edge you to check who's texting you. Look man, what I do works really simple and it will 100% help you. You need to place your phone somewhere where it's just harder to access. For me, all I do is I put my phone in my dresser drawer and I just leave it there. I forget it's even a thing. I put it on mute and I completely ignore it. Obviously for some of you, you're probably gonna have to go as far as putting your phone in your car and locking the door and then coming back inside and working, because some people just have worse addictions than others. For me, the drawer does the trick, but you may have to adjust depending on how bad your addiction to your phone is. I swear every time I do this, I just notice this huge sense of freedom. Like I just feel like, I don't have to worry about any notifications going off. I don't worry about who's calling me. It really just like relieves my mind of wondering like what's on my phone or what's on my Instagram feed or how many likes am I getting on my post. It really allows me to just stay focused. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually making sure you are working in the most work environment area space of your home. Back when I was in high school, I remember I used to choose the worst places to actually do my homework at. It would be on my bed with my phone right next to me, and then the TV was always staring at me every single time I would work. And so the problem with that is I would just surround myself with temptations. The TV's on, I got my phone next to me, and then on top of that, when you are laying in your bed, your brain understands what environment it's in and you start to feel very comfortable. And this is why when you're doing homework, when you're on your bed, you tend to get really sleepy, you start yawning, and it just really screws up that thing in your brain that tells you it's time to work and time to focus right now. I've created a small work environment in my bedroom where it allows me to get into the mentality of work. But yeah guys, this is my workstation. Now it's not some nice big giant office like I'd wish I have it. One day I would definitely like to have an office, but as of right now I'm currently renting out my second bedroom, so just making a little bit of side income there. But this gets the job done. I'm literally working in my bedroom. That's where I do all of my work at. It's kind of hard sometimes because I have my bed staring at me right in front of me. Ultimately I've kind of got it to where it just kind of motivates me. I got like this lion, I got, I got like this dual monitor system, and it's just like my little corner, you know what I mean? Ultimately, it just really makes me feel like it's time to work, And that's essentially what you want to create for your type of house. Make an area in your house that is dedicated to just work only. Like create a little space in your home that just makes it feel like it's time to work. If you don't have the luxury to do this, I suggest you pick somewhere in the house that is most closely related to a work environment. If I did not have my little corner right here in this bedroom, I would probably choose the dining kitchen as my preferable place to work. And the reason for that is because I will actually sit in a chair that is upright. I have an essential, table or a desk, whatever you want to call it, to work on, and I can actually make it feel like I am trying to do work. I have my laptop in front of me on the dining table. I can type things out. I'm sitting up straight. This tells your brain, this tells your body like, hey, it's time to work, it's time to focus, and it's time to study, whatever it is. So stop doing your homework and your work on your bed, please. You're just killing yourself. You're just torturing yourself. Now, this next thing I want to bring up is very, very powerful, and I do it literally every single day. In the past, I've woken up knowing that I have a lot on my plate to complete for the day. And when I know I have a lot of things to do, I don't know which thing I want to do first. So I'll just tell myself, I'll just do whatever's on my mind, and then I'll just work from there. So then I start working on that first thing, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't really feel like doing this right now. This is really boring. This is a very difficult task. I'm just going to do this other thing first instead. So then you start focusing on that thing for about 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then you're like, you know what? I don't really want to do this right now, and I think I'm just going to do this other thing. And basically this cycle just repeats. When this happens, you're inevitably going to lead to burnout. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get mad because you're not accomplishing anything whatsoever. Now, what stopped me from doing these things is the first thing you need to do in the morning, if you're not brushing your teeth first thing in the morning, this is what you need to do. Write in your journal. If you have a journal, if you have a notebook, I don't care what it is. Even if it's the notes on your phone. Actually, no, don't go to the notes on your phone because I just told you to put your phone away. So don't do that. Use a notebook. Use something like that. In that notebook, write down from most important to least important all the things that you need to get done throughout the day. Write it out so that way you can see it in front of you, and then you carry that thing with you wherever you go all day. Make sure you do this before you start doing any work. And as you're doing these things, I recommend that you pick the most important thing you have to do first, because typically those are the things that are the most difficult to do, or maybe the most time consuming. And when you get that big giant stressor out of your way first, everything else is just gonna be so much easier. Writing things out does this thing for my brain where it's like, it allows me to just really have an overview of what I need to do. If you have all these things you need to do and you're not writing them out, they're kind of just floating in your mind, bouncing all over the place. There's no outline for it. There's just nothing there. It's easier to get these things done because you make it more organized for yourself when you write them down. Pro tip, as you are going down and actually nailing these things and getting them done throughout the day, scratch them off as you are going, or put like a little check mark. There was a scientific study that showed that as we cross things off of our to-do list, dopamine will actually be released from the brain. This is going to give you natural motivation to keep on pushing throughout your day and to keep accomplishing your tasks. Working from home is its own beast, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not easy to do because there's just so many distractions around us. But I believe that with these tips that I'm giving you, you will definitely be able to accomplish more throughout your day. I personally do these things every single day, so I'm telling you, if it works for me, it can work for you. You have to have a proper system in place if you're going to be battling things like the urges to watch TV, especially when you're working from home. It's 2 times as hard, because we're in the comfort of our own home. Make sure you're applying every single tip, and I promise you it will be a little bit easier for you to hopefully get all that you need to get done throughout the day. I appreciate you if you made it to the end, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.